it's Friday morning, and I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. I'm gonna try to, we're gonna try to be a little more efficient. I'm trying something out. I'm gonna drop Zach at the big cuts. Usually Drew will do 1 yard, and then he'll go over to the great big cuts that we got. And maybe I'll get a little video. Y'all seen those big cuts before. They're 5 acres each. And usually me and Zach would go do like 4, and then Drew will do 1, and then Drew will go over to the big cuts. Drew's gonna go do the 1 that he always does on this day, and then he usually goes over to the big cuts. Zach usually goes to me to do the 4, and then we go over to the big cuts. Today I'm gonna shake that up a little bit. I'm gonna drop Zach off at the big cuts, and I'm gonna go do those 4 by myself. And Drew is gonna do the same thing he always does. So I'm shaking it up, but I'm really just shaking it up on my end, you know. So that's how we're gonna do that. And we're gonna see if we can make better time, you know. Some of you guys were commenting about, you know, about you know, if I'm so far behind, you know, why don't I work later than 3? And that's valid, man. Hey, I get it, dude. I get it. Well, because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on too in the business where I have to do other stuff, and also it's about the routing. You know, I don't want to go way out on a route and do some of that route and then have to pick back up with that route today. A lot of it has to do with the water on the yards too. Some of these yards are too wet for us to even do. So there's a lot of factors that are playing into that. Now I don't mind working later, you know, as long as I know up front. And I usually do a yard or so or 2 after I get off of work. After it's my Sammy, I'll go do 1 or 2. And keep in mind, I'll work on Saturday and Sunday just a little bit too, to minimize this kind of thing, you know. I just want to throw that out there, you know. There is a method to the madness, though it might not. I'm not a great, you know, I'm not the best storyteller, you know, on the videos. I don't know, man. I have a hard time sometimes keeping up with what I'm talking about because, well, I'm shaking and moving, man, shaking. All right, man. So yeah, Zach seems to be down with the plan. So I kind of explained to Zach the timing and all. We're just trying something different out, man. Just trying to see if we can be any more efficient on this route, and I think we can. I really do. I really think that we can. So it's just things, we're just shaking things up a little bit. And the main thing is, the reason we're going to do the route like this is because, see, what that does is that puts a guy at his most efficient. And when is a guy on a job at his most efficient? When he's running a lawnmower. Don't get no more efficient than that. And as long as you have the acreage and stuff to cut, then a mower needs to be running no matter what. I was just telling the camera about trying to be efficient and trying to try something different. And this is how we catch up on things. And not only do we catch up on things like this, we also learn. Sometimes learning, if it ain't successful, it's still okay. Then you learn what not to do. Yeah. Okay. If this doesn't, I think this is a valid, solid plan. So, and
because if
you know, sometimes being behind to make you have to
come up with something.
Just like COVID made society come up with something. Yeah. Right. COVID made businesses do things different, and they adapted. And same thing. I'm behind. We're gonna have to do things a little bit different. See these properties. This is the one, right? This is one of them, and this is the other one. See all this cutting to do? There's a lot of cutting. There's a lot of cutting on this one too. So, and that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather Zach be over here cutting than be with me on the little yards. So Drew will be over here in a minute. I gotta stop and get gas, man. So it's 10 minutes to 9, and we already getting started on the big cuts. So Yeah. I feel like I forgot something over there. The mower's full of gas. Everything, yeah, I mean. But apparently they done made a big mess over on the back of that one Spanish style house. There's a big mess back there. I don't really know. She called me last night and was asking me if, you know, if I could grade it or whatever. Man, I don't even know if I want to even get into that, man. But they don't like to spend no money. You know, yeah, I'll get some video of yeah, it's ugly over there, man. I mean, they saving money by getting somebody that ain't got no sense to do the concrete, and they get stuck out there, you know, tearing the yard all up, and then they end up giving the money right back to somebody like me, and then some, to regrade it. I know there's a lot of guys that in my spot, man, and they have the hard time with help too, man, you know. And you know, you want to be able to pay these guys a lot of money and everything, but you know, when it comes to labor and all, sometimes the business has got to earn, and sometimes the expenses of running a business can really get up there, you know. Fortunately, this year we got everything we need because I planned and plotted all winter, you know. I got the Ferris, you know, that Ferris mower. It's ready to go. So that's a great backup mower. Yeah, backup mower. And you know, and or when I get ready to sell the Skag. I know you guys are seeing me on the Skag a lot. It ain't that I like the Skag a lot, or my opinion of the Skag has really changed, though I have put it in better scenarios, you know, learning about the machine and all, than I did last year, and you know, in the first, you know, when I first got it. I understand now that I didn't know then is that the Skag is actually a good mower if you're not cutting a lot off. Now, if you're cutting a lot off, it's not a good mower. To me, it doesn't throw the grass far enough. But on some of these little on a lot of these little yards, especially the weeklies, you know, I'm able to go through there with the Skag and stripe it up pretty good. The Skag, but the thing about it is, let me get back to what I was saying. So the Skag cost me $14,000, $14,100. I was going to sell the Skag. Okay, the Skag has 115 hours on it. Nothing. I was going to sell it. Well, the dealer's telling me, you know, $8,400, $8,800. You know, there's no way that I'm going to take a hit like that on a mower like that. There's no way. So the entrepreneur side of me says, okay, the Skag's got to earn money. So I'm going to have to talk to myself, Ray, you're going to have to adapt to the Skag and put it in the best scenario to make money for you. Because you need to make your $14,000 off of it, you know, or you need to make at least, you know, 8,000 or 9,000 with it, you know, and save on the Exmarks. So that's basically what I'm doing. Not that I love the Skag. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have the Skag. But the business has paid for the Skag. So the Skag has got to get, I got to get my money back. The business 101, y'all. You know, but if I buy a piece of equipment and I don't like it, but I know it's a quality piece of equipment. Now, I mean, you know, I ain't bought no true value lawnmower. I mean, it's a top mower. So I got to put it in the best position. So with that price point at 14, I gotta get some of my money back. You know, I want to get, you know, I'm gonna use it all season. Not only will it earn money, but it will also, you know, keep the hours lower on the Exmarks than they would be without it. So, and when I do sell the Skag, I will buy another Exmark, you know, another 60, because it's crazy, but the properties that I bought the 52-inch for, that I needed the 52-inch for, I no longer have those properties. So, ain't I glad I bought a 52? I mean, a 52. Ain't I glad I bought a 52 instead of a 36? See, because the 52s is you can actually cut acreage with that 52 and make money. Actually, make money. You know, it's not going to cut the acreage as fast as the Exmarks, but you ain't. It ain't no slouch. You ain't. I mean, you ain't going to lose. So, again, goes back to, you know, spending a lot of money on top equipment. The Skag is their top mower. The only difference in that mower and the Turf Tiger 2, you know, the bigger mower, deck size, is the deck size. The frame and everything's the same. It's the same mower as the 60-inch. It's the big boy, you know, frame. The only difference in the 52 and the 60 is the actual 60-inch deck, you know, and the engine size. But I know they got 60-inch. The 60-inch deck will run that 31 horsepower will push a 61-inch deck. I mean, a 60-inch deck. So that's how I'm thinking, y'all. That's how I always think. I got to get my money back on it. It ain't no different than anything. Anything I put my money in that I deem in my head is a moneymaker, then I need to get my money. I need to prove to myself that I can get my money back, and I also need to get the money back. Just a pure, simple business. Get the money back. Get the money back that I got in it, and then sell it, and then buy another mower. That's the long-term plan. There is no short-term plan with the Skag, because once you buy a brand new mower, you're gonna take a huge hit on it, you know. So, though I might be able to find somebody, an individual, to sell it to, but I'm gonna have to have, you know, $10,000 or $11,000 for it minimum. You know, that's just where I'm at with it. So, you know, I don't know what else I can really do with it other than make money with it. It needs to earn, point blank. And that's what it's going to be doing all summer. So no, I don't like the Skag any more than I did, though I have learned how to put it in the best scenario to win. So I just pulled up to the first one. It's what time is it? 9:25, y'all. 9:25. Okay, let's see how quick I can do this one. All right, y'all. So that took me 35 minutes on the first one. So that's good. And I did some spraying too, so if we do decide to keep doing it this way, it'll be easier for me the next time. Because it'll take me about an hour. It's 10 o'clock now. It'll take me about an hour. Well, it's 10 minutes after 10. It'll take me about an hour at the next two. Yeah. And the one I just did pays $65. The next two, one of them is $80 and the other one's $70. So the next two that I'm going to, they're one of the longest customers I still have. I mean, I've been, even if I'm not really on a hardcore time schedule, see, every day on the list, I write down, like I wrote down, I dropped Zach off about 9, and I got over to that cut about 9:25, and then I did the property, and I got done at 10 after 10 solo. And so now I'm pulling up on the next two at 10:17, and then that'll be whop, and whop. I like to do that and kind of just so I kind of know, and that's how I learn. That's how I learn. Now, everybody don't have to do it like that, but I'm always trying to critique and refine how I'm doing this shit. You know, I'm always trying to get better. So we started Drew got to my house at 8. So, yeah. Drew got over to the property that Zach and them that Zach is at. He got over there at 9:45. So he's been over there about 25-30 minutes right now. And I didn't change what Drew does over there. I want Drew to do the same thing that he does every time. Rather, I want him to pretend like Zach ain't even there, right? So, yeah. But these yards, these two right here don't look bad at all. I've been spraying over here and everything, and you know, but if I write everything down, the timing and all, then I can kind of, you know, not that I keep a record of it, but in my head I do, you know. Those are the kind of things that I remember, you know, and writing them down helps me remember. You know, every time I write something down, I remember it a lot better than if I don't write it down, you know. And then what I do a lot of times is I'll take a picture of this list at the end of the day, and I'll have a picture of it, so you know I can refer back to it if I want to try to incorporate more yards on the day. All right, y'all. I ain't gonna be getting no footage, man. I ain't got time, man. I got to get on. I got this one right here and this one right here. Peace out. All right, y'all. So I just got done with those two. It took me. So I got here at 10:17. It's 11:13 right now. So we'll just say 11:15. So 10:15 to 11:15. We'll say an hour. So that's an hour solo. And I sprayed on both of them, y'all. So, you know, moving forward, I won't have to be as thorough because the spray is going to work everywhere. And I got an extra 20 from her for spraying. So, because we had a lot of rain, man, and these people right here, they're out of town. They're out of the country, actually. So, I sprayed both of them, but this lady right here gave me an extra $20 bill for the spraying that I did for her. And I didn't, she wanted me to spray the cracks in the driveway and everything. I would have done it anyway. So, yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm doing good, dude. I'm feeling really good about all of it now. Because now, so it's 11:15. I am pulling off of here and headed back over to the big ones. And I had to stop and get gas too now. So that was 10 minutes right there. So the two big ones are the ones we gotta do. Now what I'll do is when I get over here, I'm gonna see where we're at, and then I may send Drew on. I don't know. We got a lot to cut still. So good thing we did it like this. If we didn't do it like this, I mean, me and Zach might just be pulling up over there, right? And that's the way I'm thinking. Me and Zach might, I mean, if Zach could come with me on this route, me and Zach probably would be pulling up over there at the big cut now. So, yeah. That's, I mean, and Zach actually got over there at 9. So, 2 hours he's been over there. So Drew's been over there for an hour and a half. So, yeah. And you can cut a whole lot of grass in an hour and a half with one of my Exmarks. And Zach's been over there 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, yeah, they ought to be getting a lot done. And plus, I had already cut a place to park and everything before I left from over there. This right here, I mean, this right here might be the new way we do this. Because I don't mind working, man. I mean, it makes me feel better, you know. I know I can hire somebody, sit in the truck, and I could just, you know, ride on the mower and manage everything. But I don't like to, I mean, I have to do that to a certain degree, but I like to get in here and get it, man. They got somebody. Well, it ain't me. Popo pulled somebody over. They was sitting there in the trap, y'all. In the trap, waiting on somebody, like somebody come through here slipping. I ain't slipping today. Feeling good. The more you do, the more you feel like doing, y'all. I'm pulling up over here, y'all. It looks pretty good, but man, looks like Zach needs to be on the lawnmower, man. I see him with a blower. See, guys just don't understand, man. You need to be on a lawnmower, man, the whole time. I don't know why Zach's blowing off anything. But that's the boss's job, is to cry. So, that's my job. So, you know, that's why I want a mower running. Because blowing is, I mean, I want a mower running, dude. You know, the whole time. When both the mowers should have been running the whole time. And I told Zach that, you know. When Drew gets here, you get on the mower and don't turn off the mower. Unless the mower done ran out of gas or broke. Now, I hope that ain't the case. But we'll see. I needed Zach to run a mower the whole time after Drew pulled up. When Drew pulled up, that was the sign that Zach was supposed to be getting on a mower. And it shouldn't, and the mower should stay running until I got here, unless something broke. But I know if something broke, they'd have been done called me. All right, y'all. So I was telling you about the folks that want me to smooth this. They want me to smooth this out right here, and they also want to smooth this out. This is where the truck got. Now I don't even know how I'd smooth this out right here. I mean, look at that, y'all. I mean, dude, are you serious, man? That right there is some big time damage right there, if you ask me. I don't know if y'all can see. But you guys tell me what y'all would charge. Hey, so you guys tell me what you would charge. And I don't even know how to do this right here, dude. I mean, I don't even know how, because it looks like now that they did that, water's gonna want to sit right here. What you charge to pull all this stuff, this dirt down, but you see they got a lot of debris still here. See, you can't even hardly put a mower. Man, I might just pass on this job, y'all. We're done over here. I think we're making pretty good time. If we do this more than, oh my knee. If we do it like this a couple more times, though, we'll get really good at it. Yeah. You know, first time's always going to take a little bit longer, and I still think we made better time than normal. And the way we did these yards today was a little bit quicker, but we supposed to make much better time than what we're making, man. We just ain't making good time. We're trying to, you know, pick through the day and see exactly what we could have done to be faster. You know, without compromising the work. Now, I did a lot of spraying today, so that's going to help us next time. And that's going to help us next time across the board. The next time we do this route, we should make better time. And there'll be one of the yards on the route today that we did that we won't have to do next time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this same thing in 2 weeks. But we'll have a better understanding. Everybody will have a better understanding. There's a lot of little things that you can do on as far as, you know, when you're out here cutting grass and you got all these properties to do. There are little things that you can do to minimize your time or to cut back on your time. Just 3 little old minutes. I waste 3 minutes on a job, Drew wastes 3 minutes on a job, and Zach wastes 3 minutes on a job. Or doing things that are not efficient, okay? I do it too. And so that's 9 minutes per job. Okay? we got 10 jobs, but you got to kind of break that down a little bit. So 9 minutes that we're wasting on each job. Multiply that by, we'll say 6 or 7. It's an hour and 20 minutes that we wasted. That's if each man wastes 3 minutes on each job, and you're doing 10 jobs. I mean, it's a little bit more than that, but you're not going to waste 3 minutes on every job. I'm just using that as an example to you guys to show you that these little things add up. They add up big time, because if you're doing this little thing that makes it where you're not as efficient, there might be 5 or 6 other things that you're doing to not make yourself efficient either. And see, in the course of a day, it's a lot. In the course of a week, it's a whole lot. In the course of a month, it's a freaking bunch. And that's what I'm getting better at. And I'm not talking about my guys in particular. I'm talking about me too. There's the things that I do on each job where I'm thinking to myself, after I do them, I'm like, man, I should have done that first. If I'd have done that first, then I wouldn't have to redo this, that kind of thing. And that is an ongoing battle in my head every day with myself. And it's the same way when I see the guys too. It's the same way. Though they're not hardcore thinking like that, because they're not really looking at the bigger picture, and they're not really thinking like I'm thinking, and that's okay. They're not supposed to, you know. But if I waste 3 minutes on every job, and I do 7 jobs, 8 jobs, that's 25 minutes I've wasted minimum in the course of a day. If you got 3 guys doing that, that's 75 minutes you're wasting in the course of a day. You know, that's over an hour. And like, I think today, if we can get more efficient, me included, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, I'm talking about me, that I can get more efficient. I think we can do the exact same route that we did today. I think we can do it and be off at 2 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. That's what I think. And that's going to be my goal next time, the next rotation on this route today. And I'm going to remember we had this conversation right here with the camera that's going to be the goal, and we're going to see if we can do better, because I'm going to do it the same way we did it today. I'm going to tweak a few things to kind of fine tune it, and I think that we can save an hour. I really do. Anyway, enough thinking for today, enough labor for today, enough work for the week. This is Ray, and it's Sammy Time Friday, y'all. Peace out.